Hey you guys, welcome to the Honeywell session. Yes, thanks for clicking on the video. So this is a session where we focus on healing and self-development, right? So I will be using cards and I will be saying, I will be doing a few short reads, right? Yeah, providing messages through a few short reads on an intellectual level, right? Because self-development comes with, you know, advancing our intellect, and reading knowledge helps bring that to the forefront, right? Now, and I love when literature ties into the actual spiritual readings, right? Spiritual evolution readings, right? You should call it spiritual evolution readings. Beautiful, right? Because that's the whole time, like, what are we reading for? To evolve here. It'll help us along the evolution, right? Okay, or allowing us, giving us a message we need to evolve, right? Ashe. So I'm just going to briefly turn this down. I feel like I'm a little bit screaming over this. I don't want to yelling hell. Okay, I do have kitties in the background. My window is open as I allow this beautiful aura to go throughout the atmosphere. So, it could, I'm just going to see it as a synchronicity, all right? It ties into today's message. Maybe you need to get out more and be more childlike, tap into your inner child, all right? So let's start out with the healing cards, being that it is the Honeywell session, right? I don't want to have you, like, you know, eat anxious for nothing new. That's what I'm hearing for some of you guys. Like, everything that's for you is coming to you. Like, you don't have to be anxious. You don't have to, like, worry. Don't allow yourself to be irritated, right? Home 35. Some things are happening at home, some changes, right? Something in your home life needs to be healed, or you're working on it, completing a cycle. Something involving pride as well, right? Let's see. Wow, wild home. I feel like some of you guys are healing because you had some wild, you have to deal with wild things in your home, right? Whether this was growing up or now or recently, right? You, like, home was a bit of a wild adventure, something to do with your home life, right? How things played out in your home life. And, you know, I see that you guys are taking on a new direction, right? For some of you, right? As cycles are closing. And it's crazy because today's the number 6. And look, 6 cycles, right? And that came off with take off your mask. 611 is a beautiful angel number. So please do write that down and look into it after this message. 311, very important for you, right? So yeah, 611, cycles, right? Cycles. And with taking off your mask, being truly who you are, right? You know, what makes you feel like home? Who makes you feel like home? When was the last time you felt at home? Something with pride. Let's see what's going on with pride. Spirit is saying you need to heal. Selling out. Wow. And sexuality came out too. It's a number 7 card. Okay, number 6 is selling out, right? The 6th card that came out here today. And we have sexuality. Let's see. Let's clarify sexuality. Wow. You guys are like, some of you guys are having trouble unleashing your creativity when it comes to sexuality. But Spirit wants you to heal that, right? Let me get 2 more, because you know that 10 completes the cycle. So I'm just going to get 10 cards out here. And what Spirit is saying to focus on healing, right? At this point in time when you are going through your healing journey. So home, wild, 35, right? 35. So it's been a journey. Definitely a journey of transformation. Taking on new paths, right? Some of you guys will feel alone as you take this journey, right? It's just like you in spirit, but like you guys are seeing so much more than you saw before, right? Things that you couldn't see, you're able to see now more. The more you give yourself time to focus on you and pay attention to your home. Your home life is very important. Like, a lot of things are going on around your home life that Spirit wants you to be mindful of and realize that there's a wild journey that you're on, and, you know, you're healing yourself. So understand that cycles is a part of life. Don't be afraid to take off your mask. You know, pride is a human trait, but to balance it and don't sell yourself out, right? Especially when it comes to your sexuality, right? Be proud of who you are. You know, embrace your sexuality. There's power in the proper form of sex, right? Or embracing your sexuality. Like, there's nothing, you know, wrong with divine sexuality, right? Or aligning yourself to your divine self to experience the divine sexual parts of yourself, right? Here we go. 611, yeah. Take off your mask. Don't be afraid, all right? Cycles are changing, but don't be afraid. It's working in your favor. These cycles are working in your favor for you to unleash the divine creator in you. Some of you guys are dancers. You guys love to dance, or you probably might go out dancing or need to go out dancing, because I see entrapment here, number 34, right? So the number 34 could be significant to you. You could be 34, all right? Or someone of significance could be 34 to you, right? Or for you, rather. And help from above. Okay, so if you've been feeling trapped, Spirit is going to send help from above. Be careful. Like, it could be a little dark play, but that's okay, because Spirit always got you. This looks like a full moon, and we do have a full moon on March 18th. So if you're into moon magic, right, or aligning yourself under the moon, right, or cleansing yourself, your stones, whatever, do you do that, right? And do know that the number 27, you can expect definitely help from the above, a gift from the above, unexpected income support, right, from the above. So if you were feeling trapped, for some of you guys, financially, spiritually, emotionally, Spirit is saying that, you know, 3 and 4 7, divine, you're gonna get the message, you're gonna get help from above, you're gonna get the resources that you didn't even expect, some of you, right, to get you out of where you may be in a bit of a bind, right? And definitely take into consideration this full moon, right? Very powerful moon coming up, moon cycle, especially, you know, if you want to clear your sexual energy, right? Yes. So, yeah. Let me go into the reading for today, which was fears, right? And so this book is called My Friend Fear, Finding Magic in the Unknown, right? This is by Mira Patel. So the number 7, right? Number 7 again. Which card was the number 7 here? We had the number 7, pride, right? And we have 34, right? Which breaks down to 7, right? Entrapment. Okay, so with that being said, pride and entrapment came out. Let's go into this read what Spirit has for us today, right? So, fear is a primitive emotion. Our body is designed to keep us safe. And it affects the entire animal world, not just people. When sensing a possible threat, the brain translates it as a warning. We react with fear, signaling to our bodies that we need to escape to safety. Right? 911 when I said that. So you guys are like in the need, like fearing, like, and you need to escape some type of entrapment here. Spirit wants you to know, hold on now, you won't get help from above now. Unexpected for some of you, right? It's been trying, probably knocked your faith, but Spirit is saying, hold it down, baby. They got you, right? The universe gonna support you now. As the human species continued to evolve, so did our fear. Originally resulting in a simple fight or flight response. Fear has become a complicated, winding emotion that now bears paralyzing secondary emotions like guilt, despair, and shame, things most of us experience on a daily basis. Unlike core emotions like anger and joy, which develop us vigorously and dissipate just as quickly, the complex symptoms of compounded emotions like guilt, a combination of fear or joy, despair, fear and sadness, and shame, fear and disgust, linger and slowly take root in our bones. No. Got time for that now, huh? Many people feel the effects of fear through guilt, despair, and shame for extended periods of time, often lasting for weeks or even years. Now, the theory of basic emotions, you have anticipation versus joy. You have anger, you have trust, you have disgust, you have fear, you have sadness, and you have a surprise. 11:11. Listen, you're fearing, but Spirit got a surprise for you. Help from the above is coming through, baby. Okay? Now, shame and the power it holds over us. Shame is the least discussed emotion that stems from fear, and its debilitating effects quickly magnify because it isolates us. Fear of judgment leaves us feeling ashamed of our actions, beliefs, feelings, or simply who we are. We know that we're supposed to love ourselves despite the shortcomings everyone tells us we have. But it can be hard to hear the sound of your own voice among the many of the voices in your head. Back in my Brooklyn bedroom, I ignored the one confident voice inside me that assured me my body was beautiful, choosing instead to listen to the many that told me it wasn't. Because we feel disgusted by our own shame or lack of self-love, we often don't communicate our feelings to anyone. Instead, we silently sit in the emotion, enabling the waves of shame to grow stronger until we slip beneath them. The longer we rest in any one emotion, the stronger it holds, the stronger it holds is over us. And the more muted our other emotions become. It becomes impossible to trust or believe that we are of value. To believe that we are worthy of anything other than the awful state we're in. Going back to that entrapment. If someone tells us that we're beautiful, we feel skeptical because we don't believe the truth in their words. And then guilt sweeps in because we don't believe the sentiment is something we deserve. Okay, so shame can come from, some can feel shame of being a stay-at-home parent or being a working parent. Okay, hiding or being vulnerability, saving, spending, your strengths, your weaknesses, exercise habits, eating habits, being a taker, being a giver. Fear gains strength through anxiety. You know what I'm saying? Anxiety is the combination of fear and anticipation, and it visits many of us regularly. It's often mistaken for fear itself because the two share many physical symptoms: a quickened heartbeat, shallow breathing, and cynical thoughts competing for attention in our minds. But anxiety is not fear, it's our anticipation of what we most fear coming to fruition. A person with fear of loneliness becomes anxious at the thought of breaking up with their partner or refuses to spend a weekend alone. A person with fear of failure becomes anxious at the prospect of trying anything new. For the past 2 years, a close friend of mine has been working toward a graduate degree as an early childhood teacher. She's a compassionate and caring person, a natural caregiver. When she recently graduated, I told her how proud I was of her and asked if she felt relieved. I was surprised to learn that she wasn't, despite graduating with a 4.0 GPA and stellar recommendations. She felt anxious. What if she didn't get a job? What if she wasn't a good teacher? What if her students didn't feel cared for? As soon as she graduated, she began carrying with her the well-being of hundreds of children she hadn't even met yet, everywhere she went. Her anxiety wasn't always center stage, but it shadowed her continuously. The weight was heavy. She hadn't begun teaching yet, but her shoulders were already tired. Most of our greatest fears never materialize, but we still continue to believe in them. We let fear splinter into despair and guilt and shame, not considering the way these emotions take residence in our body, moving into the homes where confidence, contentment, and self-worth used to live. It's easy to resign ourselves to fears, especially when we begin to accept them as an unchangeable fact of our daily lives. I'm so happy I'm not an anxious person, I often tell myself. But in moments of self-awareness, it's clear that as the soundtrack to my life, my anxieties are always playing in the background. Sometimes the volume is low enough that I can barely hear it, but the music is always there. Okay, and that's it from this book here. Right? So fear, entrapment, right? Don't fear, allow fear to make you feel entrapped, because you're not trapped, or you're no longer trapped. Spirit is here to help you. Receive it, believe it. Okay? And unleash your creativity. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell yourself out. Do the pride. Take your mask off as you complete this cycle and you move towards your next cycle. And a fair justice, what you deserve. The life you deserve. The love you deserve. The career path you truly want. The home you truly desire. All right? You've been through a lot of wild experiences, or there's been some wild things going on at home that made you feel entrapped, or some of you, you never really had a stable home. You always were on the go, with the wild in the home. Constantly moving and trying to find your true sense and feeling of home, safe home, So let's see what's shifting for you, right? Let's see what's shifting for you. Wow, 11. And that's crazy, because 11 on this time, on this session here, I said surprise from the book, right? From the message, right? Now we have 11, take off your mask, those dancing shoes, a cat. Some of you guys could have that divine catty nature, right? That Egyptian cat, right? It's that energy, right? Some of you guys could be dancers, or could, use a dance, you know what I'm saying? But it's saying cast away out of your depth, feeling abandoned, number 11. Alice in the Sea of Tears. Right? 11. Look at that. Come on now. Things are shifting to allow you to take your mask off. You're not abandoned. Spirit is isolating you for a moment, some of you, or separating you, rather, to elevate you. All right? That you can take your mask off, rediscovering who you truly are, freeing yourself from the spirit of fear, from the environments of fear, from the people who have installed many voices of fear and you cannot dare inside of you, right? So that you can go ahead using your imagination if you need to, right? And recover and rediscover your childhood treasures that is resurfacing at this time, right? Right? So Spirit is allowing these shifts to take place for you to realize, don't sell out your childhood dreams, right? Or, you know, your inner child, you know, go after what it is you really want, all right? And when you're closer, you know what I'm saying, in order to be closer to the stars, you usually find yourself in a dark seat, further away from people, but closer to the stars. So don't be afraid. It's time for you to tap in and explore. Allow your childhood dreams to become a reality once more, right? Yes. Now, with that being said, and the kids here in the background playing, this is just really like, you know, go and do your thing. Don't be afraid. Unleash that creativity, right? Beautiful. Now, with that being said, let's go into your soul's truth. What's your soul trying to say at this time? Wow. Who am I ready to forgive? So you ready to forgive somebody, huh? It'll be good for you because in the source message we had this week, Spirit was saying the message that came forth, you know, Spirit allows to come forth was the power of forgiving is not just for them, but truly is for you. So that you don't hold on to grudges, so that you don't lose your sanity, so that you don't lose your health, so that you don't lose everything you worked hard for by being in a bitter or anxious or frustrated state. You know what I mean? So your soul is really asking you at this time, you know, especially with the home, the entrapment, taking off your mask, selling out the pride, the sexuality, and that help coming in from above. Is somebody you ready to forget? Is it you? Is it them? Is you ready, boo? I am not what happened to me. I am who I choose to become. Ashe. You are not what happened to you, baby. You are who you choose to become, is what Spirit is saying here for you, baby. It's time to let go. Forgive and move onward. It's your soul ready to forgive someone else or yourself. Forgiveness brings sweet relief, freedom, insight. Look at it from their shoes. Notice how you grew and what you learned. You learned some things, even through the betrayals, the disappointments. You learned a lot. Some of the things you couldn't learn without this not so pretty experience, right? Who do you want to become, and how is this resistance holding you from what your soul wants? All right. So today's soul action is asking you to write a forgiveness letter. Then practice a prayer while you are thinking and ready to forgive this person or yourself. And say, I love you. I apologize. Forgive me and thank you. Ashe. It's time, baby. It's time, baby. It's time. Now, with that being said, I'm going to do another read, right? The next read we have here. Which is be grateful, but don't expect gratitude, right? So this book is things I want my daughter to know. And the reason why I got this book years ago, right? And the reason why I brought this book out today is because, you know, not everyone has that, you know, not everyone gets a chance to receive certain necessary nurturing information that they would love for their mother to bestow upon them. So, you know, with this Oshun energy, Ashe, we're going to bring that book in here because it'll help edify the divines, whether you're divine, feminine, or masculine, and give you some intellectual nourishment for your self-development and your healing, right? So, with that being said, this quote is by William Bennett. Blessed is he who expects no gratitude, for he shall not be disappointed. Yeah? I wrote an essay in 2nd grade entitled Being Grateful. I misspelled grateful and was reprimanded. But I now believe we become great in proportion to how grateful we are. You receive vitality and comfort every time you are grateful. When your natural attitude is of pleasure and being grateful, you look upon your life as a precious gift. Everything comes as a blessing. Have a receptive, grateful heart. Try not to take anything or anyone for granted. Do for others because you want to, not because they will be thankful. Even doing something for a loved one will not necessarily bring gratitude in return. I'd rather be loved than thanked. Yeah? When we expect others to appreciate everything we do, we set ourselves up for disappointment. There are thousands of little things we do to make ourselves and others happy. People are not necessarily taking us for granted because they don't recognize every detail of our effort to make their lives run smoothly. Whatever you do, do it with love and a pure heart. You do what you do to enrich your life. Yeah? You want to do the right thing at the right time for the right reasons because it's a good thing to do. Ashe? Yes. You may think that you are getting drawn into thankless jobs by others, but you can turn the situation around by your sense of self-appreciation, right? Learn to appreciate your own efforts and sense of caring. If you lower your expectation of endless thanks, you allow for high satisfaction. Do your best in every situation, not because you want praise or gratitude, but because doing less would be out of character. Do what needs to be done. Appreciate yourself. Ashe. Yeah. Yes, appreciate you, baby. You know what you're doing. Wanting to be appreciated is human. Yeah. But you are also divine. Yeah. Be grateful for this truth. Be grateful for the truth that you are divine. You see that number 27? Help from above. 27, 27 on the timer. Excuse me there. I'm so excited for you. Help from above is coming for you, baby. Don't worry, because that's where your help is coming from. Okay? Be in the state of gratitude. Okay? And be in having an attitude of gratitude. Have the attitude of gratitude so that you don't have to worry about who is saying thank you. Here, you know that the divine is going to repay you from above. That's what the help from the gratitude you put out is going to rain back down from the blessings from the above, divine forces that is on your side, all right? So don't you worry. When you give a dinner party, don't wait for the thank you note. When you send a gift, don't expect a letter of thanks. Loved ones will forget your birthday. Don't dwell on it. If you are upset because of other people's lack of appreciation, it means you have more work to do on yourself. Look into your heart. Should you examine your motives for doing too much for others? If you overpromise and take on too much caretaking, ask yourself, why are you taking on something that is beyond your capacity to performing in a caring, kind, loving way? All right, come on now. All right, balance, right? Stay in touch with your feelings, all right? If your life is out of balance, wow, see, I didn't even see that coming, and they said it right there. I just felt the spirit of balance is needed for us, right? On the journey. Now, so if you feel your life is out of balance and you feel resentment, anger, or depressed, stop doing what you're doing. You are feeling sorry for yourself. Baby. No, when you do something for someone in an attitude of self-pity, you are not being helpful. We don't undertake the hard work of raising children to be thanked. Being a parent teaches us the miracle of having a child born through us, but not from us. We are here to help children become free, self-reliant, and independent. When we do our jobs as parents, our children leave the nest and live their own unique lives. We're grateful for the sacred opportunity to have them look up to us, love us, honor us, spend their childhood with us. We're grateful we were there for their first steps, their first love, their birthdays, and their graduations. Be grateful for this incredible privilege of witnessing and facilitating their life passage. Children shouldn't be forced to say thank you. When you have children, it's all about them, not you. And this is how it should be. Love your children unconditionally and do your best to understand them. Don't clip their wings by insisting on gratitude. Be grateful for they're able to fly so high. Be grateful they're able to fly so high. So this quote is by Martin Luther King Jr., right? I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. So, unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality by the great legendary Martin Luther King Jr., right? Now, it's crazy because this book, the message in this book tied into the last book where she was talking about graduating, her friend being fair and graduating and the anxiety and working with children. So some of you guys could be teachers or aspire to be teachers. Some of you guys could have children, work with children, or, you know, you work on, you're working on healing your inner child, right? Something, well, some of you guys could be graduating soon. Congratulations. Or recently graduated, right? Congratulations, right? I'm just getting, I just heard promotion for some of you guys. Some of you guys are going to be promoted. If you was fearing about your career or something around your career, like, nah, good things are here in store for you, right? Promotions, right? So don't feel entrapped. If you were feeling entrapped also when it comes to your finances once again, right? Spirit is sending help from above. So, you know, heal yourself and from being entrapped, the feeling of being entrapped, or the, you know, from the environments that make you feel trapped, the voices that tell you that you're trapped. You're not trapped. If you were trapped, you're no longer trapped. You feel me? Now, with that being said, let's see what your lessons is, right, at this time. Let's see what your lesson. I am going to recommend a crystal for you guys, right? A healing crystal and a love crystal, which is rose quartz. I will be sharing a brief, some brief info on that crystal in a moment and how helpful it is, right? Coming from a chakras and self-care book that I have as well, right? So, you guys, ooh, a lot of messages. Wow. But at the end, we have happiness. Thank God. Right? So the first card I have out here for you is indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So use your intuition in all aspects of your life. Okay, baby? Very important for you as you're healing, as you're on your journey, your lesson at this time, your soul's lesson in this life journey right now. You need to know that your intuition is where your inner guidance is. That's your inner GPS, all right? So in all aspects of your life, do use your intuition, right? Now, especially when it comes to adversity, right? And the feelings of entrapment, right? Or the places of entrapment, right? Hopefully it's not your home, but even if it's so, Spirit is saying, adversity, I accept that challenges are the best way to learn, right? So you're learning a lot, like I said before, prior, right? And when it comes to regrets, I know that I cannot change the past. You know you can't change the past. You can't. But you can move on and take the lessons you learned from it. Yeah. Because you learned a lot from the things you've been in your past. All right? All right? The experiences and judgments. All right? I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, right? You know what I'm saying? And love, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, right? Being in the spirit of gratitude, right? Ashe. Relationships. Ooh, guess what you're doing, baby? You are attracted those people who serve your higher good, okay? So go ahead and say, I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Ashe. Look, gratitude came right behind that. I felt it in the air. All right. Now, gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So Spirit has many opportunities for you. 34, which is on the top timer. And which card was 34? All right. So if you was feeling entrapped, nah, you ain't trapped no more. That's the 34 right there. You ain't trapped no more. No. Go ahead and be thankful, because a lot of opportunities, even if there was a setback, no, this the get back, this the comeback. So I don't know, just open my hands, receive the blessings of the divine, all right? That's here for you, baby. Okay? And it's so crazy because the next card is fear, and we talked about fear with the other book, all right? The first read we had. Now, I realized that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Some of you guys are fearing the love, or fearing this new love that you're discovering as you're loving you and healing you and discovering you. You know what I'm saying? It's real, but Spirit is letting you know, like, listen, your test is to resolve in the energy of love, baby. Y'all, what it do, baby? Yes, if you guys like comedy, because I love comedy. All right, so that's Country Wayne. I'll be chilling him sometimes because I love him. Country Wayne, and then Desi Banks. All right, that's just for you guys who like to laugh, right? All right, and worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. All right, worry does not change an outcome, baby. So don't worry. Don't worry about it, baby. All right, don't worry about it. Just being a sense of gratitude, knowing that you are attracting those who are for your higher good. You feel me? All right, and happiness. Happiness, baby. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. All right? All right. Okay, even if you're not feeling happy right now, you finna be happy. If you are feeling happy, hey, baby, I show you on the right path. It's a sign. All right? It's a time. It's time. If you're not, it's time. It's time. Spirit is saying it's time. You're not trapped no more. You're going from being the victim to the victor. Okay, you're going from being defeated to being the conqueror. You are a conqueror. The time is now. Let's receive the blessings and realize, like, listen, this adversity that I was put against, these tests, made me wiser, made me stronger. Guess what? I know what to do. I know what to do next time I face some foolishness like what I faced in the past. That's right. Now, that being said, let's close out with some Moonology messages. And quickly, first of all, let me tell you about the rose quartz. The rose quartz is a very beautiful crystal, right? Very beautiful crystal that you can use for healing, love, right? Your heart. Let me go further, a step further and give you more details about that. So, rose quartz is the crystal for you that I'm recommending, okay? So, rose quartz is the most popular and well-known stone for healing. All right? I ain't gonna lie to you. I got mine up in here. Feel me? Don't judge me. Okay, don't judge me. Gotta keep it close to my heart. She done been through some things, know what I mean? Alright, so rose quartz is the most popular and well-known stone for healing the heart chakra by soothing internal pain and transmuting emotional conditioning. Alright? It encourages self-love, self-forgiveness, and promotes self-love, beauty, and love of all sorts, right? Placing the stone by your bedside is good when you are going through a time of emotional processing and healing. All right, so rose quartz can also help draw in romantic love for those who are seeking it. And yeah, you can also use it, like, you know, carry it with you and as you're doing your work, for those of you who are calling your soulmate. All right, Ashe. So let's get the Moonology messages for today's beautiful Honeywell session, right? A lot to learn, right? And have learned a lot. All right. Okay, so what do you need to release? These haters can't hold you back. What do you need to release, Waning Moon? Okay, there's something you really need to release, all right? Now, don't let the past hold you back, South. No. Don't let the past hold you back, because the haters can't hold you back, all right? Maybe before you felt that way, but their spirit said no. Help from above, baby. You feel me? All right. Okay, so you have some dreams that need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus is what Spirit is saying, right? And get one more, Spirit. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So you safe. All right, it's safe to say you safe. Your family's safe. Spirit got you. I appreciate you guys, and I do hope to see you guys next week. I hope that you guys found something valuable here today, and I appreciate you, all right? Peace, love, and light, and I'll see you next week. Ashe.